Hi everyone, welcome back. In case it is your first time on this channel, my name is Executor. Today we are going to learn how to install Portainer, Nginx Proxy Manager, along with Docker. Without further ado, let's get started. This is the official homepage of Portainer. In case you don't know much about Portainer, I suggest you visit the website, scroll through, and learn about Portainer and the features it has and all that good stuff. But in a nutshell, Portainer allows us to run Docker containers. So Portainer is like a GUI for Docker container. Technically, you're supposed to be running Docker containers through a terminal where all you see is just codes. And that's why Portainer was invented to provide a GUI so we can manage Docker containers. Now, in case you don't know what a container is, you can just visit docker.com and learn a little bit more about it. But a container is pretty much an application that was developed with all the required dependencies ready to be launched. That's what a container is. So we're also going to be installing Ingenex Proxy Manager, and this pretty much allows us to access our servers from outside. So we don't have to be on our network to access them. So it allows you to create a tunnel through your server and access all your servers securely, even from a public Wi-Fi like a Starbucks or an airport. That's what this proxy manager allows us to do. And I will be showing you guys their functionalities in details in this video. So first, let me show you guys how we are going to proceed with installing these services. So as you can see, I went ahead and spun up a Linux server from this template over here, and named it Portainer YT to differentiate with what I already have running, YT for YouTube. So we're gonna be installing those services on this one, and as you can see, I wrote its IP address over here. So now we are going to use Kali Linux to SSH into this server over here and proceed with the installations. So I am looking for Kali right here. And as you can see, I already SSH into it, but I'll just disconnect and show you guys how it's done in case you're wondering. So first, before you SSH into any server, you want to always ping it and make sure that it's live and well. Control C. So it's live, and now we just type SSH, the username at the IP address of the server, hit enter and put the password for that server, and you are in. So this is us currently on this server right here. Now I'm going to tell you guys about this this YouTube channel over here. Check him out. Awesome open source. He wrote a code that allows us to easily install Portainer, Nginx Proxy Manager, Docker, along with other services just by running this code. I tested it. It works. I love it, and I decided to share it with you guys. So check out his YouTube channel and follow him. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this over here and follow his instructions and see. So first, we are going to proceed with creating a file. So sudo nano and we're gonna name it docker-install.sh. Yep, that looks good. I'm gonna put the password, and we are going to paste that code in this file. Control O to write, enter for yes, and Control X to get out. Now we are going to give execution permission to the file before we actually run it. So we're gonna do that with sudo chmod plus X and the file name docker-install.sh. And the file is currently executable. And let's find out by running sudo // and the name docker-install.sh. And as you can see, we have 6 options over here. And the first 5 allows us to select the distribution, the Linux distribution that we are using. And as I said before, I am using a Ubuntu server, Ubuntu 20.04 server. So I'm going to put 4. And it's asking us if we want to install Docker. Yes. I'm going to put Y for yes. Docker Compose. Yes. We definitely need that. Nginx Proxy Manager. Yes. Navidrome. We do not need to install that. Speed Test. We do not need to install that. Portainer. Yes. And Portainer, we have 2 options. And we're going to go with the first one because we want full Portainer. So 1, and now we are going to just let the script run and install all those services for us. That is going to take some time, but we are going to use that time to go over my current Portainer and Nginx Proxy Manager. Go through it. Explain to you guys what we are currently installing. So this is my current Portainer. This one right here. This Portainer, this server running. That's that right here. So after installation, we should be accessing a home page like this. And these are the containers that are currently running in this Portainer. And as it tests, I tried installing WordPress. So, and as I was saying, a container is just a code that is ready to be launched, fully ready to be launched, right? So I spun up a container of WordPress, and this is what it allows you to do. So this is that WordPress right here, that site, that simple, without having done any coding, because the coding has already been done by web developers. So this is it. Now, Nginx Proxy Manager is this. This is how it looks like after installation. We just add these hosts over here and destination IP addresses along with port numbers, and that's it. Now, I'm going to tell you what Nginx Proxy Manager does. Again, so technically within your home network environment, you access your servers by simply typing the IP address. So technically, I should be accessing this blog by typing 192.168.1.51 colon and the port number 49153, and that's how I would access it. And In that manner, you cannot access it outside of your network, outside of your home network. That's not possible. So this is how you access it at home. Now, I used Cloudflare to do a DNS resolution so that this URL over here can resolve to this IP address and vice versa. That's what I use Cloudflare for. Now, if any of you are interested in seeing this using Cloudflare, drop a comment down below and I will be making a special video showing you guys how to do DNS resolutions. But DNS resolutions with Cloudflare is what allowed me to resolve blog.executed.com to this IP address and vice versa. Now, what Nginx Proxy Manager does, it creates a tunnel in my home router and allows me to access this URL outside of my network environment. So if I'm at the airport or at a Starbucks and I just type blog.executed.com, Nginx Proxy Manager will allow me to access it safely and securely. And what makes it even more amazing is that it encrypts all those URLs for you for free. So I know a lot of you out there might still be paying for SSL encryptions. I'm talking about this one right here, and I'm using it for free thanks to Nginx Proxy Manager. And as you can see, it's safe, and you can access it from anywhere in the world. So that's what Nginx Proxy Manager does, and that's what we are currently installing with these scripts over here. And as you can see, it's gonna take some time. So that's what Nginx Proxy Manager does. As you can see, all these are my home servers. Some of them are not supposed to even be accessed outside of my home network, but I just for a test purpose, I created URLs and just did some DNS resolutions, and I'm currently able to access all these servers, even my Proxmox server, from outside of my home network, thanks to Nginx Proxy Manager. So now you know. Let's go back to Portainer. So Portainer, as I was saying, is just the graphical user interface that allow us to manage containers. And as you can see, these are the containers. And if we didn't have Portainer, we will be managing all these through a terminal, through a lot of code within the terminal. And that's not user friendly. That's why somebody was smart enough to create a platform like Portainer that allows us to spin up these containers really, really, really easily. So that's what Portainer does. And now you know what Nginx Proxy Manager does. So as you can see, it finally started installing Docker. And it's now installing Nginx Proxy Manager, and this one is going to take a few minutes as well. And right after that, we should be able to just go into the browser, put the server's IP address and the appropriate port number, and be able to access those services without any issue. So again, if any of you out there would like me to make a video on DNS resolutions using Cloudflare, let me know and I will be glad to make that video so that you guys can understand it and be able to follow along. All those who will be trying to recreate all this and run into any issue, let me know. Leave a comment, and I will be making videos explaining, helping you, walking you through every step, whether it's with the DNS resolution or Nginx Proxy Manager, you name it. So as you can see, the installation has now completed, and it's time to find out. So first we are going to try accessing Portainer, and then Portainer at port 9000, and see. And the IP address was 192.168.1.55:9000. And as you can see, we are able to access Portainer. So now it's asking us to create a username and password. So I'm just gonna go with executor as username, and a strong password, somewhat strong. And I will type that same password again, and I'll hit create user. And as you can see, we are currently in. We're gonna hit local, and we should be able to see all these containers over here. And as you can see, it has Nginx Proxy Managers, database, and Nginx Proxy Managers application, and Portainer itself. So these constitute the very first three containers currently in Portainer. So in future video, we're going to be using this to spin up a lot more services. Now, let's try to access Nginx Proxy Manager. .192.168.1.5, and Nginx Proxy Manager is at 81, port 81. And as you can see, we are able to successfully reach Nginx Proxy Manager. So now let's use the default credentials that were given to us. Nginx right here. So username is gonna be this. Let me just copy, and the password is change me. Nice. Paste the IP address over there. Change me. And we are in, and now we are required to edit these. So I'm just gonna nickname is gonna be executor, and an email address. So I'm going to, let's try admin at executor.com. admin at executor.com. And we need to change the password. So the current one was change me, and the new password save, and that's it. As you can see, guys, now all we have to do is spin containers over here and just connect them to proxy managers in the proxy host section, and that's it. I'm going to save all that in for future videos, and just go ahead and end this video over here. So what we did today was just simply install Portainer and Nginx Proxy Manager. In next videos, we will be moving on to install a lot more, services. I suggest you stick around. In case you aren't subscribed to my channel, please do so you don't miss out on really cool upcoming videos. And that will be it. Thank you everybody for being part of this journey, and I will be seeing you guys on my next video.